Right, it's been a little while. How are you? I hope you're well. I think I explained in the last one that I was going to take a little break because I just started a new job, which is going very well. Made a couple of small mistakes here and there, but of course, things like that happen when you start a new job or go to a new school or whatever. So yeah, that's going good. I work from home, which is really cool because when I finish work, I just rotate to the left on the swivel chair, and this is my view. So yeah, got paid today as well, which is awesome. So because I'm on a heck of a lot more money than what I was on. So yeah, things are good. But obviously I've been prioritising that. I have been working on the trucks because I'm an addict. So whenever I've got a spare 10 minutes, I'm doing something, even if it's just drawing a picture, or even if it's just like taking a picture and then editing it on the computer, just to come up with some painting ideas. So it could be anything really, but yeah, been working on both of them quite a lot. Thought I'd do the S first. I'll talk about the T in the next video, which will probably be up tomorrow or Sunday. I'm filming this on Friday. But yeah, let's just dive into it. So I think in the last video I showed you these alloy light bars. They're made by a man called Miro. I think he's called Miros Law. He's got a very unusual name. He's Irish, or he lives in Ireland. So incredibly talented man. And he's got an absolute fortune out of me because you can't beat his bars. They're just absolutely outstanding. They're really high quality and lovely. So I think in my last video I had that one, and on the back I had the perimeter kit. Since then I've added this low bar. I replaced the plastic one that stock from the kit because in my mind it was the only plastic bar left on the truck, and it was just a bit old, you know. I thought I'll get this one as well. So it's got amber lights in the bar, and then obviously here it's got the laser lights, and yeah, it's that one. A little bit more tinkering with the visor. I need to move it back towards the cab. I want this edge to be sort of in here somewhere, sort of where that the door seam is, that little line. So it's about a 10mm move. I've got to go backwards, but I'll tinker with it. So I've done that. Got alloy wheels on it now. I brought the rears off my friend Wayne because they were brand new, and I also brought these ones here, which I can't get that bearing out, which is annoying. The inner one can come out, but the outer one can't. He sold me these, a pair of these as a fronts, and a pair of these rears, and the rears are brand new in the box for 35 quid. So he's an absolute legend, because normally they're 30 something for a pair, so I got £35 for 2 pairs. Those ones there are going on the T-cab, but I'll explain that in that one's video. I brought these because I really like this style. These were, I think, 32, but yeah, they're quite nice. And my friend Wayne, again, he's been an absolute legend. He's got the, I don't know what you call them, the discs that go around here and have the nuts go through them, so I like donuts basically, but they go on. You can get plastic ones in a kit, but I wanted metal ones, and he had a spare pair, so he's going to get them for me, which is awesome. I've also added little side repeating indicators. That wasn't easy to drill because this is thick metal, and I put the new wheel arches on. They're just completely stock from the kit. I don't know if I showed you, but I added this one underneath the mirror on both sides. I'll put them up there. Little marker light, match the ones in the grille. I've lost 2. They come in packs of 10. There's 6 there and 2, obviously one there and on the other side. And they aren't from the same kit, because if you can see, they're from Model Lighting Solutions, and Adam, the guy, I think he owns it, I'm not sure, but he changed his manufacturing technique. So there, the lens is 3D printed, and up here it's like a resin, and they're the new ones which will look much nicer. So I've got 8 of those on here, and then I lost the other 2. I don't know where they've gone, so I put 2 of the old ones I had on. That doesn't matter, but just a bit odd. It's annoying when you can't find parts that you know you have. I got these from Aztec, so these are the only bars on this truck that aren't made by Miro, the man in Ireland. But these are metal, so all the bars on this truck are metal. And if I turn this around, you'll see what I've done on the back, because I've been busy. So that's Miro as well, this spotlight bar with red lights in the bar, and then obviously 4 spotlights, and of course stacks. So these are from a man called Phil. I don't want to say people's surnames, but he's an absolute legend. I sent him a picture and I said, "Can you make these?" And he went, "Yep, give me 3 weeks." And 3 weeks on the dot, he messaged me, all done. And then unfortunately, there was because of the Queen's funeral, he couldn't post them, so I had to wait another week. But they're brilliant, and then I mounted them to the frame. Mounting them was a bit difficult because they're not designed for the Sue infill, so I had to cut into the infill. And if you're wondering why I cut this and not the pipes, that exhaust system, the bracket and the pipes, was more expensive than this for me. If I bought this new, then this would be about twice the price, but I got this cheap of a friend second hand, so I decided to cut that instead of them. I need to make a panel to cover this hole because annoyingly I converted the truck to a single speed box because I don't use the gearbox. I just lock them in second, I never use them. And it was annoying because it was in the way. I wanted this flush mount. It looks like it goes straight onto the chassis, which it does, but I couldn't do that with a stock gearbox, so I took that one out and put a single one in. But of course I cut this notch to get around the stock gearbox, so now I've got to fill it in. So I'm just going to take a bit of metal and I might just make a flat thing, or I might make a little box. I don't know. You can get little covers for the stock gearbox, but they're like, I don't know how much they were now. They're not cheap. I think they're like 20 odd quid or something for a bit of metal. Okay, a bit rich coming from me, I know, but considering I'd have to cut it and modify it, I didn't want to spend that money on it. I think I'd rather make my own, so I might come up with something about like that. But yeah, I've got the perimeter kit bars that go up the sides as well, but I haven't put them on because everything on the truck is bolted on right now, so you can just unbolt and then I can paint it. And then the rear bumper, I've just added these chevrons. I thought they looked quite nice. I did literally just double-sided tape them on for now, just so I can get an idea of what they look like, because I'll paint this L bracket aluminium thing, I'll paint that black and then it will look nice. So I made that as well, but I think that's been there for a while. I have lowered the rear end. It is difficult to tell, but it was quite high. I might try and lower it again. What I did was I cut the springs and the shocks, and I bent the leaf springs a bit. So it's still got, like, still got some flex, but yeah, it's a bit, I don't know. I'm going to make a new one of these because I don't want stock one. I'm going to make one and I'll make it long so it drops on the floor. And I think I probably have like no guts, no glory or something really. But yeah, and these holes are from LEDs. So I got 4, well, I'll get reds to go in the middle and white to go either side. And they'll probably work in conjunction with that bar. So, well, I don't know actually. I think the whites might be reverse lights and then the red will be markers. So, yeah, that's basically it. I've got a few more small things to get for it before I can say it's ready for paint. Miro is making me some step lights to go there. I'll show you them when they arrive. Again, because I saw them on my friend Wayne's S-Series, which is an amazing truck. I saw them on his and I thought I liked them. So I'm getting a set of them. And they were the cheapest thing I've ever bought from Miro. I think they were 15 quid, so yeah, lovely. So I think that'll be a marker light, and then I'll make this thing here an indicator. So that'll be my front repeater, and then that's my rear side repeater. I don't know, it's my OCD. Metal steps, got them on the way. My mate Ian got them for me, so 20 quid, legend, thank you. What else? Beacons, I've ordered one. They're like discs that sit up here. So, because my mate Wayne's got his up here, and I really like the look of it, so I'm going to copy him. And in fact, he had a spare one, so he's going to give me the spare one. So I've ordered one. So I'll have one over here and one here. I'm looking for a set of air horns. I found a set on eBay. I messaged them because it's a Chinese seller and the translation isn't quite right, but I think it's like a pair for 14 quid. You get a big one and a small one, both alloy. I think it's a 48 and a 41 mil. If they're 14 quid, I'll get a pair, and then they go up here. And then yeah, so it's just drill the hole, fit the beacons, drill the hole, fit the horns, and I might have to drill a hole for that step light, I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure it out. Adjust the visor, so move it backwards in towards the cab, and then it's pretty much ready for paint. The thing about paint is, one, it's obviously it's what was it today, the 30th of September, so tomorrow will be October. It's getting cold and wet, and that's not painting weather, which is unfortunate, but I think I should really be sensible and just not start painting this until it's warmer. I can't paint indoors because I've got a lot of pets, and the fumes are pretty intense, so I think I might have to just put this one, I'll get those little bits put on it, and then I think I might leave it, because at the minute it runs and drives, so I can take it to meets and it'll work, you know. So I might just do that for now, and then next year I'll take it apart, because the other reason why I don't want to paint it now is I haven't 100% decided on the livery. I know the colours, so it's going to be purple and white, and the white's going to have a pearlescent tint to it. But I don't know the exact livery. I'm thinking everything on the lowest half will be primarily purple with white highlights, and then the cab will be the opposite, so primarily white with purple highlights, I'm thinking. But I want a bit more time to decide. As I say, I take pictures of it, like I'll take a side profile picture like that, and then I'll put it in paint.net and I'll just draw over it and come up with ideas. That's how I paint all my trucks. So, and if I find the design that I really like, I'll put it in Euro Truck and make a proper skin on an actual vehicle, and I can have a 3D look around it. So I think I'm going to wait to paint this until next year, just because of the weather, and it'll give me a chance to fully decide on, you know, what colour I want to do it. I think that's the best decision to make. And the pipes are just sticking out. And of course the S cuts in at the top, so the top of the pipes are pretty exposed, but that's pretty cool. I like it. But yeah, this truck is almost all metal. I think the only plastic is the cab and the arches. I think everything else is metal, you know. Excuse me, obviously, and the axles, the casings are plastic, because I don't go that far. But yeah, it's cost me a fortune, but then hey, if you enjoy it, it doesn't matter. I spend too much time on it really, but I do love this hobby. So yeah, that's it. As I say, I'll get those little bits put on it. I might make another video then just to show you the beacons and the horns and steps and all that, and then I'll probably just use it as it is then until next year, and then I'll take it apart and paint it. Also, I'd show you, I had to cut, I don't know if you can see, but there you go. I had to cut inside because the elbows dropped down that far. So you sort of, you probably can't see. Hang on, let me turn it into the light, that would help. Ooh, yeah, anyway. I had to cut a hole basically. There it is. Taking it apart is fun as well. I've got to do it in really weird orders. I modified the rear latch because the S cab doesn't tip from the kit. There's no hinge. You take the bumper off. 2 screws keep the bumper on, and 2 screws to hold the front of the cab in place. When you take those screws out, the cab's supposed to sort of, from kit, it's supposed to sort of rotate backwards and then up. But I couldn't do that with the pipes, so I modified the rear latch. So now I can just pick it up and take it off from the front, which is a lot easier. But yeah, that's the S. Getting there. It's getting nice. And yeah, as I say, hopefully I'll get another video out when I get those bits sorted. Also, I ordered Michelin tyres for it and the T-cab because I've got a severe spending problem. So when they arrive, I'll put them on, and yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Thanks for being patient for me, and I'm going to try and do, not a video a week, but I'll try and do a video whenever I can, hopefully at least one a month, possibly more. I say I'm going to do one for the T-cab probably tomorrow, I've got a few more bits I want to do to it before I film it again, and hopefully I'll get that up for you Sunday or Monday. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.